This is the intro to a podcast called Podcast. We don't have a name. I'm not going to explain anything. I'm Cool Repp. He's Matt Khalil. Matt, take it from here. Okay, so Matt's super nervous, so I'm just going to like randomly shout to him sometimes to like loosen him up a little bit. We should be like, Temp, just make an animal noise right now.
Absolutely not. That's not how we're going to get started. No.
Okay, so he can't do it. The main reason I wanted to do this was a lot of people in the real estate world kind of have like really great educational podcasts, but I mean, they're super great educational ones, like the best, like maybe the best ever. But they can be a little bit boring. And I like comedy stuff, you know, like documentaries are dope, but like I also want to watch like Dodgeball and Elf, you know. So like we're gonna be like Dodgeball of the podcast world.
Yeah, let's do it.
Matt's super nervous. Normally he'd laugh at that, I swear. There it is. Hey, play the track, Sean. Play the track. Okay. So the whole thing is I just want to like tell stories, talk about things, and you know, have an hour to just have to talk with my friends and associate here.
Yep.
They're all here. I don't know if it's because I pay them or because they want to be here, but they're here. So thank you, Braden, Sean, for helping out today. Can you reach Sean over there? Reach him. Hey, Sean. Sean's in the bag. Okay. So today we went through the Soul Pod stuff, right? Had a good morning meetup. Let the camera record and do all the testimonials, and then after that, I text or I try to call Matt. Doesn't answer. Shocker. Never answers. He had to call me back. I let him know, hey, we're going to do the podcast at like 1:15, 1:30. Do you want anything from Starbucks? Okay. Of course, he does. He wants an Americano because he said this is too many calories. I mean, God forbid. I'm trying my best here, okay?
He gets the fruitiest drinks.
This is a grande iced apple oat milk macchiato, okay? And it tastes pretty good. Apple's not what I expect for coffee, but it's pretty good. Anyways, I'm driving down the one by Arizona Ave and Chandler Boulevard where someone hit me by rear-ending into me. Still a little traumatized by that one. But I pull in, and the line is so long, it's through the intersection, and I'm just sitting there in the middle blocking 3 lanes. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe I go to the one by my house because that's probably a public safety hazard, and I don't want to get hit again. This whole area is bad vibes, right? I'm like, we got to get in a podcast in 15, 20 minutes. I got to go to a different one. So I hop on the 202. I get off on Gilbert, and then this car basically goes like 1 mile per hour turning off the freeway ramp to get to the other lanes, and he gets to the lane that I need to go. So then I'm stuck now. The light turns red. 50,000 cars come. There's an Explorer behind me. I'm stressed out. I got over the lane maybe a little too early, but you know, like when the freeway traffic's slow, you get over so you can go a little faster, right? I was trying to do this for you, Matt.
I appreciate
the car behind me stressing me out the whole time. I'm like, windows down, just trying to play it cool. I can't tell if it's a cop or like an old lady. I swear to God, it was confusing. Eventually, I end up turning right, and then I have to wait at this light to turn left for like maybe 10 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? This shit is way too busy. It's a Friday, sure, maybe it's lunchtime. It's Veterans Day. I forgot.
It's Veterans Day.
So, needless to say, here is me. Here's the Starbucks. I have to make one left turn. It takes 15 minutes. Matt's texting me, stressed out. He's anxious to get this over with, and I'm just sitting here at a left turn so that I think, I'm a genius, right? I'm going to mobile order from this left lane. Boom. Type my mobile order. I text and drive a tiny bit. I never do this. I'm creeping. It's not even texting and driving. It's like texting creeping, okay? Never do it before. Now I'm like, oh, fuck, that Explorer's behind me. What if they see me do this? Now, what if it is a cop? So now I'm super stressed out again. They're following me every single turn. Get to the Starbucks. It's just an old lady who wanted to get to Starbucks. But what are the odds that she follows me from Gilbert or Chandler Boulevard over to Gilbert?
Oh, yeah.
I finally get in there. I forgot I wanted to order food as well. So I get there and I order food.
Okay.
And it's an all-star cast working today. They're trying their hardest. There's probably 50 people inside the lobby. And then they get to Matt's drink, and I text them saying they ran out of water. I thought that'd be funny. I think that probably stressed him out more. He's like, oh, it's no big deal. I don't need anything. Like, okay, they're not running out of water, Matt. Okay?
So you were just dragging your ass the whole... You were about 30 minutes late.
Okay, so it took 30 minutes to go to 2 Starbucks and get 2 drinks. But I'm trying my best here. So I get here, I make it look nice for you, and then you just complain.
I didn't complain.
So now I would like to hear something from you. Just give me anything, Matt. I want you to shake off the nerves a little bit. Tell me your favorite story.
My favorite story.
How you got your first Rolex. Your favorite story, your cherished memory.
Yeah, absolutely. No, there's nothing crazy about that story.
Okay, do you have anything to add? Should I just do this by myself?
Okay,
and you just
no. In all honesty, you know how I got that Rolex?
You're probably like, well, I had a buddy that's like, hey, if you give me $100, I'll give it to you. Because you just happen to know of these people.
Nope. So that's not what happened.
Okay.
What happened was I was selling a client a property. Okay. And
what was the price point?
$280,000. Huh? So
Okay.
like 3% of 280 is about like, a little bit under $6,000.
Yeah.
So I meet him at the property, and when I meet him at the property, we're negotiating, commissions and whatnot. And I hate having that conversation.
Wow, up front, you're like, fuck it, I need paid more.
Yeah, no,
280
I don't
under my budget. Give me 6%.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I hate having that conversation with clients. So I made a joke, and I was like, let me get your Rolex and don't pay me a commission. And he looked at me and he was like, okay. And I was like, fuck.
Who is this guy? 280 with a Rolex? What's going on?
Time out. I'll tell you who he is. So he's a client that I've done multiple deals with. It was one of his investment properties. So this isn't a primary activity, okay? So then I pitched him the idea, and he loves it. And he was like, yeah, absolutely, okay. So we signed the listing agreement. After we signed the listing agreement, he's leaving town. He lives in California. And he's taking the watch off his wrist, and he was like, here you go. I was like, fuck, you're not going to even wait until we close or get this to the finish line. And that's how I got the Rolex. And we ended up closing that deal, and the rest is history.
Okay, so you guys see now why I don't like Matt. He got a $280,000 house and turned that into a Rolex, and then he just happens to drop. Oh, that was just one of the ones he bought with me. Like, that was like his fourth one. He's got a 7, a 6, a 5.
That was the first deal I actually helped him on. And I say we've done multiple deals up until today. But that was, I think, that was the first listing I had from him. And then after that deal closed, then I got him into other properties. And then,
nice, as it goes.
Yeah.
As it goes. Just turn a Rolex into a couple, a few more thousand after that.
Not a bad deal, huh?
No big deal, So these bags are they're actually rented. I actually couldn't afford to have these kind of things. I asked Matt, and he said that his closet was so full of them that he couldn't bring them down, otherwise it would fall like like in Tetris. Yeah. He's got his Louis bags stacked like that. Oh, yeah. So it is what it is. We'll have more next week. If I have to go to eBay and buy some more, I will. Cool. I do it for you, Matt.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
So I will do a lot of talking today just to help you. Okay?
Yeah, let's do that.
Because I can see that you're struggling here, but I just want to hear an animal noise first.
I'm not doing it.
Temp did it with all of Soul Pod. They paid $5,000 to make animal noises. Why can't you? You got that experience for free.
Moo.
Hey, there it is. That's Brayden? Yeah! Brayden, come on. Hit it, Brayden. Okay. Don't worry. We'll get Brayden to do it one time. Okay, so 2 days ago, I got my blood drawn. This is like a big deal, okay? I know that most people are like, oh, wow, shocker, like, cool. I know doctors like a tough subject right now in the world. I don't know. But like, I went and got my blood drawn. But the story starts a month and a half earlier. Okay?
Let's hear it.
I'm sitting in the office, and I'm thinking to myself, man, I haven't been to the doctor in like 6 years. I probably should just go, right? Like, I feel like, and then before that was like 10 years. So I'm starting to think, like, maybe I should try to like, be healthy or something, as I'm like eating a Wendy's 4 for $4 too. It's like I'm thinking maybe this is for the better. I scheduled it, they're like, okay, the appointment's not gonna be till like November 8th. I'm like, oh, this is perfect, because that's 2 months from now, essentially. So I can just pretend that I don't have an appointment, and then I'll just go. Yeah. Perfect. Mentally there. 2 days before the event happens, I am super stressed out. I'm like, oh, fuck.
You're having a breakdown.
It's 2 days before. I'm like, I gotta start drinking a lot of water, because I heard if you drink a lot of water when you get your blood work done, it's like, makes the process easier, because your tubes fill up or something like that, right? Yeah. I start drinking a lot of water, and then once I do that, I start panicking. I'm like, oh, shit. I have showings back to back, like every day the next couple of days. I am so stressed. I might have to go to the bathroom and use a public toilet. I'm like, internally, I'm like, I have to pee like every 20 minutes right now. I'm drinking like I'm like, oh, I'm bored. Kirkland bottle everywhere. I'm drinking like a 48 pack a day at this point. And I am having to pee so bad that that was a stressor for me. Okay, I get it. A lot of people probably don't care, but I had to walk into a Circle K bathroom.
Oh, shit. It's brutal.
The urinal.
You couldn't even go to QT.
There wasn't one nearby. I had 40 gallons left in the tank. I don't want to go that far. I get to the Circle K, the urinal's like brown. There's like, how they normally have like the little fun stuff at the bottom that you're like, oh, that's nice. It helps us. Boom, not even a drain in there. I'm like, I don't know if this shit goes straight to my feet or what. So I'm kind of like my legs are kind of back, and I'm like leaning a little bit just to try to get a little bit away, just in case it does start falling through. Eventually, I get through it. It takes me a second to start up. I get it. I was scared. I was nervous. I get going, though. Then I go wash my hands. The sinks are just, like, black. I'm, like, touching the bottom of it because I'm trying to wash my hands. And I'm like, oh, it's getting worse.
Oh,
So I'm like, it's like getting worse as I go. Needless to say, I'm never getting my blood work again because of that. But then I eventually end up going, and I drink more water, and then I'm super nervous throughout the whole like doctor's appointment. I just got like a physical to just go, you know. And then she's like, "Oh, do you want to get your blood work done today?" I knew it was gonna happen, so I was prepping for it. But I told her, I'm like, "No, not really." She's like, "Oh, when's the last time you did it?" I was like, "Never." She's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you a report real fast. You just hang tight. Someone else will get you." She's like, "I'll see you in a year." And I was like, "Yeah, for sure, a year. Totally. Let's see how this goes." Eventually go, and I tell the lady that walks me over, sweetest lady ever. And she's like, "All right, let's go this way. Walk in the chair. We'll get it over." I'm like, "I need to go to the bathroom real fast." And I'm just in the bathroom. You know, I do need to go pee, but I'm also like looking in the mirror like, "Oh, Jesus Christ." I feel like what it's like to be a bad high schooler now. You know, like those bad kids went to go vape in the bathroom, and they're like just trying to dodge paperwork.
Oh, yeah.
This is me, except the class doesn't end at 7:30. There's no bell. She's sitting there waiting for me outside the door. I'm using the restroom that the workers use, and I'm just taking up time at this point. I walk out and leave. I get to the chair. She's like, "Yeah, go ahead and just sit down in this chair." There's like doctor stuff everywhere. There's like hazard signs and like blood stuff everywhere. I feel like I'm in like a horror film.
Oh, yeah.
It took me like 15 minutes. I was like, "I can't sit in the chair. I'm not sitting in that chair." She's like, "We can do it laying down." I was like, "Oh my God, laying down? What does that look like?" So I'm like, I circle a little bit. She's like, "Oh, well, you're kind of freaking out. You want a water or something?" It's like, "No, I've drank so much water. You don't understand how much water I'm drinking." So like, "Okay, don't need it." I sit down and I say, "What are you going to do?" I said, "Don't ask. Never mind. I don't want to know. I don't want to know what you're doing." She's like, "Okay, let me just look at your arms." And she's like, "Oh, let's do this arm." I was like, "Okay, good." I'm never looking over. She's like, "Make a fist." And I'm like, like struggling. I don't know how to make a fist now. I'm like, "You want me to squeeze really hard?" She's like, "No, I just need you to make a fist so then it helps your veins come out." I'm like, I don't know if I can squeeze this long. She's like, "I'm not asking you to squeeze. It's okay." She's trying to be super calm. Eventually, I feel it go in, and immediately I go, "Oh, I really don't feel good. I might pass out." She's like, "Jessica! Jessica!" Jessica comes in, frantic. She's like, "Get him something."
He's losing
She's
it.
like, yes. And then the doctor comes in, just spectating at this point. I forgot to mention, she asked me, "Are you going to pass out?" She goes, "It gets real bad if you pass out on me. Don't ruin my day." I said, "Okay, for you, I won't pass out." But I'm sitting there I don't feel my feet anymore. Just losing it. And then eventually Jessica comes back, and she's got like some Halloween candy, and I'm like, just opening my mouth. I just need them like feed it to me at this point. She puts in a Kit Kat in my mouth at this point. I'm like I feel like I'm chewing baby food at this point. I'm suffering through, and she's like, "All right, you're done." And I'm like still struggling there. I'm like, "How many more do you have to go?" She's like, "No, that's it." And now at this point I'm panicking in my head. I'm like, "Oh God, did they not get enough to even do the test? Did I just do this all for nothing? I just got one tube and they need 3, and now I'm leaving. I just did this for fun at this point."
They only took one tube?
They only took one tube.
Oh, you're going back.
So that might all have been for fucking nothing. Eventually I get back together, and the doctor's like, "Man, you don't look good." I was like, "Thanks, I don't feel that great." She's like, "Yeah, you're like sweaty and like super white." And I'm kind of getting together a little mentally, and you know, I was like, "Well, of course, you know, if only this happened before Halloween, this could have been my costume." You know, I am cracking jokes at this point. I'm loosening up a little. Hey, you know, I'm loosening up a little bit. But I walk out. I have my sleeves up. I pre-rolled them, walking over to the blood because I'm like, I'm gonna get ready for both sides, so I don't have to look. They're rolled up, just drenched in sweat. It's raining now outside. Great cover, so when I'm wet, it's like from the rain.
Oh, yeah,
I'm like struggling to walk to my car. I record a video on my phone. Maybe I'll send it to you. And I'm like, "Dude, I fucking did it. I fucking got my blood drawn." I was like, "All the fucking haters out there." I didn't say that. I wanted to, but I sent thing to my mom, my dad. I was like, "Guys, got my blood drawn." My stepdad's like, "I would have done that. I wouldn't have stepped foot in that doctor's office." He goes, "I don't go to the doctor's office. I don't get sick." I'm like, I want to be like that guy.
You know what this reminds me of? So, backstory of Matthew. You know I was a medical assistant, right?
Oh, fuck that. I would never trust you. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm scared of this shit. That was the one that could have done it. If I walked in the back
No,
and back,
I'm not joking. This was, what was it? This was back in 2018, okay? I was working at family medicine. You know, people like you would just show up and...
People like me. I know. You know, you're everyday folk. Not the people that you're used to hanging around, but, you know, average citizens.
No, the story gets better.
Oh.
There was a kid. He comes in with his mom, and when I say kid, he was about, I think, 8 years old, and we needed to draw his blood. And he's disabled, so it was really sad, but we still had to get it done. Doctor's like, "Matthew, you need to go and get this blood drawn." I was like, "All right, well, is somebody gonna come with me?" Like, I mean, I'm not gonna be able to restrain this kid on my own, right? I'm running.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I was running around the clinic. So he was autistic, right? And I was running around the clinic trying to, like, just get him to sit on the chair.
Yeah.
Because whenever he got into that room, he'd freak out. He was like, that's not happening, right? So I end up getting him into the chair, and I'm like holding on to him now for dear life. And like I'm holding on to him with one arm, and then the other hand.
I don't even like imagining the story. I'm struggling to even think about what this is.
We call it a butterfly needle.
No,
right?
That's what I asked for. I go, my mom said the butterflies for little kids. Can I get that?
So that's the easiest one, right? So then I'm holding that needle in my hand, and I'm like, okay, I can't miss, because if I miss,
God.
like it's gonna be another like rat race around the clinic just to get this kid to sit in the chair. I'm like holding on to him, and this is FYI, this is like my third time drawing blood. So I'm like, this is...
Dude, you're not helping me at all. This is what I'm saying. Taylor told me it was be the worst experience of my life the day before I did it. You guys are hurting me.
Oh, no, it's terrible. But he ended up going through it. We got what we needed, right? And we did the test. But after that, he thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Dude, that's...
I was like, all right, well, hearing your story... You're scared. You're still scared.
At 23,
yeah.
I'm freaking out.
You're 23?
Yeah, I had a birthday the other day. Yeah. I'm an older gentleman now.
Yes. You really?
I'm not. Yes, I'm not better than an 8-year-old. No, my birthday's November 1st. I got a happy birthday from you. Didn't even pay attention. But apparently, you just sent an auto fucking reply.
Oh shit!
I got you in
right.
fucking CRM. Apparently.
No, you're right. That's my sister's birthday. So you're right. There was like 5 birthdays in November 1st.
Yeah, Jeff's too. Jeff's wife.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out
Jeff's
Jeff.
Wife,
Hey, shout out Jeff. Jeff's wife.
Yep. Everyone. But yeah, so
fuck that. See,
I come from medical
terrible
system.
experience.
Yeah.
Braden and I's friend Muhammad, he's going to med school. He came home one day, lived with them last year, and he goes, dude, we had a thing that we had to do that was basically like practicing drawing blood, so they're just doing like medical stuff. They've done a bunch of like crazier stuff, and he's like, dude, I had this guy that just was like a total fuck up. Like he should not be in this school. You know, it's like pass or fail kind of grade, and that guy's like limboing. Muhammad's looking for like getting 100%, and this dude's like cruising at 70s. Clearly not the doctor I want. Shout out Muhammad, I'll go to him. But he's like, dude, I scrambled. I had to find a new partner because that guy was like trying to find someone to work with him. No one wanted to work with him because you have to draw blood on each other, like me and you would be partners in other practice. Yeah. Everyone's dodging him. Finally, he avoids him. He finishes up. Him and his partner get through. They're like 1-2 tries, boom, they're done. Easy. Like they actually know what they're doing. They've been studying. This guy, he said that he was trying like maybe 20 times, just kept fucking jabbing him, missing. Eventually, his partner, he gets up, he goes, "Fuck this! I can't do this anymore. This guy's doing something with somebody else," and they just walks out. They just even.
Oh shit.
So, given all that I've been given, with my family's like, it's gonna be nothing. It's gonna be great. I love them. Of course,
what if you
tell me
just
that.
sit there and relax and let the guy do whatever they need to do?
Well, then I hear the stories of the person I get a haircut from. She said, I threw up both times. Okay, Taylor goes, terrible experience. I hear from Muhammad saying the guy missed 20 times, terrible experience. Okay, these are what I think of leading up into it. I have a journal every night. I was journaling like, this is gonna be good. I was like, I'm gonna like this. I'm gonna like getting my blood drawn.
You're gonna start donating blood,
dude. That would be fucking dope. But like. Didn't happen clearly, but I was like, dude, what if I love it? Because let's say I have like an iron deficiency or something. That would be so dope. Yeah, like if I could take a supplement or something to like help me, like I would be like unstoppable. If I had a deficiency that I could solve, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would be like anywhere near Matt Khalil's level. Like I would almost have a Rolex. Okay. So that's the kind of shit that I was driving for. So that was stressful. Oh, I forgot to say, when I was at Starbucks, I told him, I shouted, I said, I have a podcast with Matt Khalil later. Hurry it up.
Ass up.
I know, I'm just kidding. I didn't say that. I told him it's with Temp so people would actually care.
Shout out Temp. I love Temp. So that's fine.
Laugh track. Where's the laugh track? That was a good one.
Giggles. Come on.
God. Can we cut it so there's like the, there's, and then I said it was Temp so they would actually care.
But was it in Gilbert or was it in Chandler?
I was setting him up for the laugh track. This was in Gilbert's, like right down the road.
Yeah, if you said in Chandler, he probably would have.
Well, that's when I went to, and then the Starbucks are built for like not having a drive-through yet. They're like the most popular stores in America. So like that shit doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Matt, I just want you to freestyle for like 5 minutes here.
Freestyle.
Yeah. I want you. You feel more comfortable now? I mean, there's a bunch of lights and cameras.
It's first one. It's all good.
He's used to like celebrity appearances, but normally it's like red carpet events, not like inside of a nice house. Normally he's used to like, selling double the size of these because what's a small $1 million home to Mr. Matt Khalil?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Entrepreneur celebrity.
Okay. Well,
Come on, let's hear a story.
Let's hear a story. On the way here, right? No, actually, this morning, I woke up and I'm like, I'm getting ready to go to a wedding later today. Okay? Carl Freund.
So you didn't look this good for me?
Absolutely not. So I'm going to a wedding later today. It's my broker's wedding, and I'm texting his fiance. All right? This morning, I'm like, hey, should I bring dollar bills so we could like throw it on you guys on the dance floor?
Bro,
is that not normal? Is that not normal?
This is such a different wedding. I'm like, do you need help paying for the wedding? Like do you want like a toaster or something? Like I'm used to us like needing the wedding is like help for gifts, not for do you want to dance on dollar bills?
No, so I mean I thought that was somewhat normal. All right, guys, little backstory about myself. I'm Middle Eastern, so I was born here in California, but my family is from Egypt, right?
That's around me. I'm rich.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, the way I think of weddings is like similar to the weddings I go to, right? So like belly dancers and shit, and like you're like throwing out dollar bills, and you're just having a good time, right? So that's why I text Carl's fiance Ashley, and I was like, hey, should I bring dollar bills? And she was like, yeah, sure, absolutely. And then I'm like hyped now. I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. I'm going to bring dollar bills and we're going to have a great night, right? It's Veterans Day. Shout out to all the vets, but the banks are closed. So I cannot get dollar bills. I've went on the way here, okay? I've went to Walmart. I went to Winco. I'm calling like fucking laundromats. Because I'm like thinking, I'm like, okay.
This is like asking Bill Gates like how much a gallon of milk is. You're like, laundromats probably have it.
No, I'm like, no, I'm thinking like, okay, what kind of business uses dollar bills, right?
Neiman Marcus? No, they take my hundreds normally.
Yeah, shut the fuck.
I don't even know what place would take one.
But so I'm like calling everybody, and I'm going to Walmart everywhere, right? And then no one wants to give it to me. I go to Walmart, lady, okay?
I go to Walmart, disgusted. I walk in the
door.
No,
I go to customer service, and I was like, hey, random question, okay? I need you to break some big bills for singles. And she was like, can't do it. And I was like, what the fuck do you mean you can't do it? No, and she was an asshole.
Good.
She's like, cannot do it. And I'm like, what is going on here? And she was like, we cannot open the register, okay, unless there's a transaction going. She's such a fucking liar.
Why don't you just buy something?
She was helping the lady before me, and she had opened the register before she even started it.
Did you go like this when you got there? You're like,
no, absolutely not.
I need some smaller bills.
Apple Watch game.
Hey. So. You should have bought. Did you buy something then?
No. So I asked her. I was like, hey, so if I go and do like separate transactions, and I'm buying like a pack of gum,
10 packs of gum.
Yeah, but separately, and I'm gonna use $100 bill, but I need singles. She was like, no. She thought I was like trying to like fucking launder money, whatever you want to call it, like change bills, because I'm like trying to run away from something. I
just stole these from an ATM. I really need to solve it quick.
That's what she was thinking. So I was like, all right, yep, thanks for your help. Left. Right? Went to Winco. Same bullshit. No.
Costco would have helped you.
I swear, I was about to go to Costco, but then I was like, fuck, I don't have a membership. I'm going to walk in with my dad's membership, and then when I'm going to ask for this weird request, they're going to be like, fuck no, blacklisted, you're out of here,
Calls
right?
Your dad. Oh,
yeah. So then I was like, yeah, I shouldn't go there, right? But then, you know who I reach out to?
Oh, let's hear it.
One of my clients, right?
Oh, okay.
He's a McDonald's franchisee.
Oh, okay.
So I call him, and I was
not a McDonald's worker or manager, but like the owner.
No,
okay.
Love the guy. Every single McDonald's up and down Val Vista is his.
Okay. Casual, just another guy.
It's his.
But to me though, like he's not that. Like he's just an everyday guy.
No, he's just a nice guy. It's a guy I look up to. Are you kidding me? I'm calling this guy and asking him weird ass questions.
I know he's probably in business because of you. I'm kidding.
But what's it? So
yeah.
I call him and I was like, hey, weird request. I need singles. He was like. And he's like all on board to helping me. He was like, all right, how many do you need?
You named it up. You're like,
and I was like, which location do you want me to meet you at? And where can we get this done? He was like, how much do you need? I was like, I need 500 singles. He's like, yeah, no way. I can't do that. Like, I thought you were going to ask for like 50, 30, 40. And I was like, no. Like, I need 500, but I would take 200. That's fine.
Homie's negotiating a wholesale deal for one right now. He's like, well,
and then he was like,
best I can do is 200.
He was like, yeah, I can't do it. Like, we only keep a certain amount of money in the safe, which is not that number, right? So I was like, okay, well, I appreciate the help. That didn't work out, right? But then I just texted Denny's guy.
Oh, okay. Different franchise owner, of course. Shout out Denny's.
He owns
Shout
like
out
16 Denny's.
Casual.
But I love the guy as well.
Discount code Matt if you're looking for a Grand Slam
use
coupon.
discount code Matt Khalil.
16
when you go
locations
to any
cannot use
Denny's
it.
in, Arizona.
Casual.
Hopefully he owns one of them. But
Here we go.
yeah, I call him and he didn't answer. He never picks up my calls. FYI.
Good.
Yeah. So I text him and then I was like, "Yo, can you change any big bills to singles?" Waiting for a response. So hopefully I get a response from him and I can meet him at one of his locations just so I could get some singles, right? But that's what I've been going through.
Matt's like, yeah, so like Jeff Bezos, I was like, hey, bro, really need some ones right now.
No, I mean, man, it's like I didn't think it was going to be this big of a problem. I thought I was just going to be able to walk into like a Walmart and be like, hey, like, just change it out. But apparently, I mean, I get it, right? But like for a Walmart and like these bigger places, like you should have that shit on deck. You know what I mean? Like you should have singles.
Everyday people, Matt.
No,
how many big bills you just walking around with? You got a briefcase at home? Like who just even keeps those on you? Where are you spending big bills at?
No, it's rent money. I collected rent money, so that's why I have it.
So Matt Khalil, also landlord. Landlord, friend of Denny's franchise. Okay, do you see why I have to rent these now? I'm Cole. I have a Honda,
I have a Nissan Altima.
What'd you just get rid of? A CLS 550?
Yes, but the transmission was about to go out. I got that thing at auction. You guys, all right? I'm not one of the guys that you will see around the real estate industry that's going to be whipping a Rolls Royce, an S-Class, and paying top dollar for that.
Good, because I'll be going to Denny's franchise owner and getting his Rolls Royce and riding in that.
Did I tell you that he just got one? I'm not joking. I was with him last weekend, okay? And then I'm like, so...
Hold on. Backtrack. Where?
We're at a hookah lounge.
Okay.
So we're at a hookah lounge, and I'm like sitting there, and... we're like talking, like I was going,
which I don't condone, smoking, vaping.
Yeah, it's not good for you guys. Just don't do what I do, okay? But we were at a hookah lounge, and I'm sitting there. I was sitting there for about like 20 minutes, okay? But backstory, we were at a restaurant right next door.
No. You're not.
Yama.
Okay.
All right, very good sushi, right? We were at Yama, and me and my girlfriend were there, and we were leaving, and then I saw him sitting there. So then I was like, yo, like what's going on, and whatever. And then we sit down and just hang out with him for a little while. And then, as I sit down, I'm just talking to him, right? 15 minutes go past.
Okay.
Turn around. I was like, what the fuck? Wraith. Just sitting right there.
So you're like, are you sitting by like the streets?
No, like the parking spot right there. And it's right there.
How are you getting the parking spot, though? You're just like starting there?
What do you mean?
You're, like,
no, like it's we were sitting outside.
So the parking spot's like behind you. Like you can see it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So then... I'm like sitting there and I was like, what the fuck? And my girlfriend tries telling me like, hey, like, did you see that? And then when she says that to me, he goes, oh, you didn't see my new car? I was like, no, I didn't see the new car. Like, I thought you would say something, right? Throws me the keys. I was like, what the fuck is going on right now? And yeah, got a Rolls Royce.
Just casual.
And I'm like checking this thing out. I'm like fanboying. Right?
Yeah.
I'm like, shit. Like
he's like, I don't know what this is, but I've heard it's expensive, so that's me. I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no. But it was...
What's the miles per gallon on this thing?
Yeah.
My Ultima gets 27.
You know that thing's a V12? It's a 12-cylinder. That thing's a fucking...
Yeah,
boat.
I do know.
That shit's crazy. Cole's a really big...
I can actually appreciate that kind of stuff, Matt.
Yeah. No, and so can I. But yeah, moral of the story, yeah, he got it.
And here it goes. Breaking everything.
Shit.
Don't worry. I'll replace 6 of these. Don't worry. I'll just... you need headsets? I got a guy. What brand is this? I might know the franchisee owner.
Yeah, no, moral of the story, he got a Rolls Royce.
Moral of the story is I just happened to be at an expensive restaurant, walked across the street.
It was not expensive. Yama's not expensive.
Sorry, I couldn't even afford to know.
I only go there for their lunch special. FYI. Lunch special.
How much is it?
It's like $4 a roll.
Okay, how many rolls you get?
If I'm hungry, I'll get like 4 rolls and some chicken katsu.
Okay, so what's that end up being?
Like 23
That's not terrible.
It's not terrible.
Price.
You spend more on food.
No.
How much were these 2 cups of coffee?
For you, priceless.
No. Maya. You don't know because you don't even check the price.
Because it's the Starbucks. It's the Starbucks app. You just scan the barcode.
Okay, all right.
I think it's like $4 each. They're pretty pricey, to be honest.
That's $8 on 2 drinks.
I know. Dude, I got a ham sandwich. There's $8.
That's rough.
I saw somebody yesterday was talking about it.
rolls.
They're like, dude, Starbucks is so expensive. How do they expect us to tip for anything? And he's like complaining. I'm like, dude, you just don't have to tip. Like, it's not a big deal, you know? Like, I don't know why you're at Starbucks. You're complaining about tipping, but like, you know.
I've never tipped at Starbucks.
No, like I haven't either. But like, if you're stressed, like going to a restaurant, you're like, oh, I can't.
You know,
tip
but
this
I
waiter.
hate the places that like they ask for tips.
At
and,
Black
like,
Rock, and they're like, here's the iPad.
No, it's like it's so annoying. It's like okay, you are obligated to do this shit.
Your options are like 15, 20, 30,
And I was
45,
like, fuck.
and then on the bottom it's like, God, I fucking hate you.
No, it's
tip, and you have to
terrible.
click that, and it makes a big siren. This guy sucks all around the
No,
restaurant.
and the crazy spots is like when you go to like a little mom and pop shop or whatever, and then it's like
Hold
the
on, what's
little
mom and pop to you?
there's like the tablet thing, right?
Yeah.
And then they're like swing
The
it
square
over,
thing,
yeah, and they
yeah.
like, and it's just the tip, and I'm like, fuck, like, it's like I
Yeah.
came here to buy socks. Why am I gonna tip you?
When I
It's
went
crazy.
the other day, I went to one of those, and they start. I think it was like Best Buy. Normally they're like, "Do you want to donate to the child's hospital?" I'm like, fuck. I mean,
They
out of all the
make you
places,
seem like you're like a total asshole.
I did it, of course. I'm
No,
not.
why
I'm not
would
an
you?
asshole. You probably still foot. I hate the kids and like that one.
Shut
But I noticed normally it went 1, 5, 10, 20, which is like 20. Jesus Christ. But then now it starts at 2.
Oh shit.
They've dumped up the numbers. They're doubling the prices.
That's nuts.
I mean, the children need it.
I get it. No, and you can do your
And you can
good
do that.
deeds.
If you don't want to go buy Rolexes, like, you can do that.
Oh my
If you don't want
gosh,
money
yeah.
for a Rolls Royce, you could help starving children. I get it. It's just different people.
Oh, okay, all right.
It's just a different lifestyle, Matt. You know, like the other day I was at like a Walmart parking lot, and you know my buddy pulls up, you know, in another Honda, you know, and I was like, whoa, dude, nice new car. It's a Honda. That's cool. You know, he gave me the keys, and I was like, oh wow, is this pleather? You know, oh my goodness, auto.
I
temperature
drive a
control?
salvage title Nissan Altima. FYI. Like let's not blow it out of proportion. All right.
I walk in and I was like, "Oh, Matt, the Ultima's back working again." Because he told me the story about, I guess it's a salvage title and something's all messed up. You're driving it without it insured, you know, breaking the rules. It is what
I
it is.
didn't know. Right.
He told me, "Man, I don't know," you know. But he's driving around and I was like, "Oh, dang, you know, you're back in the Ultima." Because, you know, before he was driving a nice Mercedes, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, and that Dodge Challenger, that was one of my brothers."
Yo,
30
it's-
cars he had. Like, he goes, "I'm driving an Ultima," and then just drops that. He goes, "Oh no, that was a part of my brother's fleet."
Yeah.
Like,
it's
just
my girlfriend's brother-in-law. He does Turo. All right.
just drops a fleet. What do I think of when I see a fleet? I'm thinking of like fucking storming the ocean, the waters, like D-Day kind of shit. Like, I couldn't afford even one. A fleet?
You see, but that's not mine. I have to give you that disclosure so you don't walk around town and say, "Oh my gosh, Matthew's driving a new car every single day."
That's the thing. And you would say around town because the people know you.
Nobody
I
knows.
go around Old Town and I go, "Oh, Matt Khalil." They're like, "Oh, right this way."
Oh,
They lead me in the back, you know, and then I get treated like I get bottle service by dropping
Oh,
Matt
yeah.
Khalil's name.
Mhm. No.
They're like, "Oh yeah, he knows the owner." That's actually his grandpa.
I don't even know if I could say this on camera,
Here we go.
but no, we're talking about Scottsdale, right?
Okay.
When I was like, I shit you not, 15, 16 years old, all right? I don't know if you know the place. It's shut down, so like it doesn't even matter anymore. It might have been part of my fault, but like there's a place called Pita House, right? Pita House, right? On Indian School and, Scottsdale Road and First Ave. It's right before, it's south of Indian School.
It's got a 5-minute walk from Nordstrom.
No. Do you know where? It's called Anna's or Daily Dose. You know Daily Dose or the Haagen Dolls, whatever you call that.
See, right now he's just Apple Maps. He's like, you know, like these coordinates, Haagen-Dazs, Apple.
All right. So to go back to my story, all right. I used to go to that spot because we were really good friends with the owner, and I would get a hookah. I would
At what
drink.
age?
Like 15, 16.
Fuck.
It was not, again, don't.
Different times back then. Back in
Yes.
my day, like 4 years ago. That's like 21.
But yeah, that place shut down. But one moral of the story is that place ended up going. They got their liquor license
I was
removed
literally thinking they probably got their liquor license removed.
because apparently there was one time they went
They
undercover
served
and
a
then-
16-year-old.
Yeah, and then they came and like they ended up not serving alcohol the next week I went. But
Like,
I don't.
man,
think
I
it
was
my
there, and
fault.
all of a sudden people were like shouting, like, "Yeah, get down!" And I was like, "Whoa, what's going
I
on?"
don't think it was my fault. And then also Dakota. You know Dakota in Old Town, Scottsdale? It's no longer there, but it's
Dakota Wayne.
no Dakota like the club.
That's my friend. Sorry. Hey, shout out Dakota.
Yeah, shout out Dakota.
No, I don't know Dakota the club.
Yeah.
I know like the main circle. I've been to some of them. I think I've been like to Old Town like twice. So like, I don't know.
You know where the W Hotel is?
No.
You're full of shit.
No.
You were just talking about it last week.
The W Hotel.
The W Hotel right in Old Town.
You know that, Sean?
See?
See? I'm
up
just
to
a
him.
normal guy.
Yo, Sean.
So what about it?
Replace you. Here, get up. Sean comes
Sean,
in.
hop in, Sean.
It's right next to it, but
Okay.
that's also a club that I used to go to all the time before I was 21.
Okay, so let's just compare, right? So
Okay.
we got Matt Khalil,
Mhm.
Rolex, girlfriend, wealthy family. Okay, happy.
Not.
Okay, and we got Cole, right?
Shut
We got
up.
Honda Accord.
Cole, how
Okay.
much was that hoodie? How much was the hoodie?
Okay, I'll get there. Okay, we got Cole here, right? Matt's like down here, right? But I got Cole. I got Honda. Okay, I
Yeah,
got
salvage
doesn't.
title.
I got doesn't party.
Guys, I'm just a cover up.
You
okay?
also
Everything I say is not true.
partying at 16, 17, whatever, right? Me trying my best in DECA, right? I was doing speaking events. I was doing Toastmasters.
Isn't
okay?
DECA like the weird?
No. Okay,
Yeah.
weird. First of all, what'd you just do on
Did you
Veterans Day?
actually
What'd
do
you just
DECA?
Yes, me and Sean both did.
And you guys were suited up in high school.
Yeah, I dressed like that, like. No.
Which
Speaking of JROTC.
JR?
No, we'll suit it up like in suits. Yeah, like we did it. Like we were. Like,
What is
It's like a business.
DECA
thing.
is like
It's like for
that's-
young business people.
Okay, yeah.
Me and Sean
okay.
did it. Yeah, so that's me, right? You're
Mhm.
out here at knowing owners and going to clubs, right?
Mhm.
Me here, DECA, okay?
Yep.
Trying my hardest, right?
Okay.
Keep going down, keep working, go to college, all that, right? And then here we are. Like I'm a little bit older, right? But you're 21 and now I'm 21 down here. Matt's like, got my first Rolex, just sold $1 billion on houses this year. I'm like, oh my god, I just got my first deal, which is $350,000 in Arcadia light before it was worth anything, right? So just for the record, right?
Arcadia
So
Light
you're out here partying and I'm out here trying my best. Somehow, still got a Rolex before me.
How much was the hoodie?
Not a Rolex.
How much is the hoodie?
Okay, I've told Brayden this before.
'Kay.
But before I get into the price,
Just spill the beans.
it's like $300. Okay,
All right.
but
Guys,
but
my
hear me
hoodie
out.
is I bought it at the Lulu outlet for
It's still Lulu.
$50.
It's still Lulu. Okay,
I can't even pronounce
okay.
what you're wearing.
You
What is
Ami?
it? Ami
Paris. Yeah.
Wow,
Okay,
fuck.
but I'm
Mine was
like a
made in the
junior in
US.
high school. Okay, I got new clothes. My dad took me. We went to like Banana Republic and got all the on sale stuff. Right.
Yeah, that is
Very
not from
thankful for
Banana
him
Republic.
helping me out buying those things. Those clothes lasted me all the way up until like last year, like in November. Okay, so that's like a 5-year period of not getting anything for 5 years.
Oh
I know you
my
don't know what that's like. You're out there partying, clubbing with Rolls Royce people. 5 years, nothing. Okay, my dad, he gets some new clothes. I get his old ones. Right? I'm out here just trying my best, just trying to pay my bills, trying to make ends meet. Right? And then I finally get a little bit of money. Right? I got my first wholesale deal. I got paid off my debt. I was super excited. I had a little bit of money left over, and I thought, you know what?
You spent it all.
I'm gonna treat myself a little bit. So I Google like, I'm not indie, but I like to have a little quirky. I'm like,
How much you spend?
I didn't want to buy like a Gucci or a Supreme. I'm like, I want to buy something that's unique. So I went and looked up like cool fashion brands in like Paris, Italy. Like, so it's gonna be a little pricey, but I looked them up and I found them. The whole website, it's like 700, 300, 400. I was like, oh god, I don't belong here. I thought it over for a day and I thought, you know what? I'm gonna get a hoodie because that will last me forever. So I got one that I thought looked cool. I ordered it. Okay, it's arriving from Paris. Again, it just happened
From
to be,
Paris.
just happened to be there. Okay, it's shipping right now. A week later, still shipping. The whole website goes 40% off.
Shit.
I was like, oh my god, now I can actually afford it. It's like $150. That's like my clothing.
But you've already
That's
paid
my clo-
$400 for it.
I know. Okay, that's my clothing allowance for like, and I got a pair of shorts too. But I mean, like, I needed it, right?
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
okay, so now the whole thing 40% off. I go, oh shit, I could return the jacket, return the shorts, buy the 40%, and then I say 40%. So now I go buy the same exact hoodie again and the shorts. So now they're both arriving. This one comes. I open it up, I look at it, okay, that's cool. Put it back in the box. I don't want to mess with it, right? Package it up. The other one arrives. I'm like, oh, dope, now I have 2 of each. I go to the post office. You have to go to like an international one to ship it, and you have to pay like some custom fees. I go there. I take care of it. The guy fucking wraps it like 97 times. Like, really gets this fucking thing going. I mean, it's got to go to Paris, you know. I hate to keep name dropping, but it has to go to Paris, man. Okay. They send it back to my house 3 days later. They said they can't return it.
Shit.
It's like, oh, fuck. Now, yeah. Now I have 2 of the fucking things. So then I gave it
So how much are you into this clothing brand at this point?
Matt's asking because I told him the other day. He's digging. He already knows the answer. So that's the thing. Like, I don't have to tell him.
Scorching the earth is what
Okay,
it's
so
called. All right.
no clothes for 5 years, right? So let's just subtract that, right? Okay, so I eventually spent like $3,500, like $4,000 on clothes. And it was like maybe 15 things.
I'm gonna let
it
you
was
know,
a lot
I've never spent that much.
Okay, but that was
everything
okay.
of designer that you make fun of me for.
Okay.
I never bought.
So let's say it was 4, right? I'll do the higher number. Divided by
5 years.
60.
Oh,
60 months.
Okay.
That's $66 a month.
Yeah.
That's not bad. That's like a Hulu subscription nowadays.
Well, you know, I'm just gonna let you know something. Well, $4,000 on clothing.
How much is a Rolex? I still couldn't afford it.
I've never bought one, so it's irrelevant.
I could just be given things. Sorry, my whole life I couldn't just be given things.
Oh, spending $4,000 on clothing, you could have easily replaced that for a Rolex. Maybe if you just,
In this economy?
whenever you spent $4,000
Last year, that was like the peak of the watch market.
Okay, well maybe you're right. Okay. Or you could have went and bought.
Or you could have got the discount Lululemon.
Exactly.
That's $50. You do that once a month. You're at same for me. Okay, these clothes. This is my thought process.
Wait,
I'm gonna buy a little bit more expensive clothes because I want to get.
So it could last longer.
Yes.
And
I still haven't bought anything since.
Cole, I know you way too well. You are the type of guy that if you wear the same shit over and over again, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I don't.
That's why I had to buy so many.
Yeah, how many pieces was the fourth?
I don't know, like maybe like 15 or something. I don't know. Maybe like 15 or 20. And then I shrunk 3 of them and gave them to Miguel.
Shit.
Why does he deserve them? He's got a Denali. You know what I mean? I could have helped the little guy out.
Yeah, you're Honda. Shit.
I don't know anyone else his size. Love him though. He's big, but he wears a medium. And they're probably fitting like a small. So that's like motivation for him,
Yeah.
You got this, Miguel.
Grow into them, Miguel.
Grow into them? Okay, I didn't say that. I did not say grow into him.
Miguel's like my older brother. Me and him go back and forth a lot.
Yeah, the last thing before we finish, every time I go to this whole pod, I walk in and it's like a fucking boxing ring with Matt and Miguel.
Oh, we're going.
Miguel's sitting there just casually looking up, like when like when a little kid, like back when you had like GameStop and stuff, and you're the little kids like trying to tell the mom like why we've got to go to GameStop today. Like I know Christmas is tomorrow, but like if I get this game now, like I'll get ahead. So here's Matt, that little kid who wants that little thing, like a popsicle at the checkout stand or something, or like I don't know, like a pair of Gucci loafers at the mall, like whatever, like casual add-on items you normally get, right? Yeah. You're already getting a big bill, so like, oh, what's a pair of loafers? So he's there, and Miguel's like, yeah, like just kind of nodded and stuff. And Matt's like, okay, so if we do this over 5 years, I talked to this one lady who's a pro at this. It's 7% return on your interest. You get this, you do this, you cash out refi here. Dude, this is like the best deal ever. Mm-hmm. Matt has like nothing but gain to get this deal closed. Like this is like a big. This
I
is
have
like
no risk into the deal.
He has zero risk. He's gonna get paid like $15,000 or something. Matt's like, dude, if we do this, and Miguel's like, okay, yeah, and he's like, Matt, that's a great idea.
Funny story about that deal, right? Because I know exactly.
There's been a few of them.
Okay? Right. We were under contract. It fell out day of closing last week. You know how much we could have made on that deal if it closed.
Okay. Here we go, Miguel. Listen, right. Here he is again.
All right. In a downward market.
Okay.
I think we were gonna make like $45,000. Okay. Or $40,000, something like that. All right. This is not a bad deal.
No.
So it's still a good deal. And FYI, our debt service is covered even on hard money.
Here he goes. He's already trying to convince us, and we have no involvement in the whole thing.
And guys,
he's already trying to sell us.
FYI.
There it is, another FYI.
Cole could shit on everything he wants to say, but
I still make more money than him.
I put my money where my mouth is, all right?
Or your wrist.
And I actually do go and purchase properties on my own. Okay?
Only someone with money could do that.
And
he's flexing.
And do the same thing, okay? But Cole always has something to say.
All right, and that's a great ending, though. All right, Khalil, thank you for joining me today. I know you've got to run to drop your $500 bill of ones off. We've got to figure that out. Thanks for coming by. Podcast, we'll think of a name. I don't know what it'll be. That's it. Subscribe. Just subscribe, bro. Yeah. If you're an adult and you don't know how to subscribe, click the channel. It says subscribe. Just click it.
What channel is this going on to?
We'll make a new one. All right, goodbye.
Bye.
That's it.